What's up, YouTube? It's the Dawn, where shit gets real. And today is going to be more or less like a vlog. I know it's titled Crown in the Rba section, but I'll probably be talking about a lot more than the Crown, okay? But since I titled it the Crown, let's talk about the Crown, okay? So here's the Crown. They have nickel coils. They have stainless steel coils that range from 0.12, 0.5 and 0.25s, okay? And they have nickel coils, and now they have the Rba section, which I'm going to be talking about today. Okay, so by far, I was one of the, not first, but I had the Crown tank early, okay? Before they were really selling them in stores. I got it from another reviewer. I got a chance to meet one of the fine people at Crown, and everything was all good back then, okay? The relationship that I had with them was great. They had a great product. I still, to this day, love the 0.25 coils in this Crown. There has not, to me, in my opinion, I have not come across a coil that gives such great flavor as the 0.25s in the Crown, okay? That's just my opinion. It's a very, very good coil. I love that one. The 0.25s, they're so-so. I mean, the 0.5s are so-so, and the 1.2s, I just don't vape at 1.2. They work, but they just don't do it for me like the 0.25s, okay? So, since they had a great product, I tell you guys, hey, to me, this is a great product. Now, my relationship with Crown has went downhill. You know, I don't know why they're choosing to take the road that they're choosing to take. I did nothing but praise their product. So, you know, even though they're taking a road that's not good, I'm still going to tell people, hey, the product is good. I'm just going to keep it real. The Crown tank is the bomb. Even though they're taking this crazy approach with me and a couple other people, their product is great. Their 0.25 is great. Their Rba section, it's good. It's not the best. It's good. It has some flaws. I already did the close-up, and it's a okay close-up. But I'll just shoot to that right now without just keep dicking around. Oh, but before I do that, I will be talking about a lot of other stuff in this video. So after the close-up, please stay tuned. I'm going to talk about a lot of other stuff. This is more or less like a vlog. The Crown, this is the short piece of it, okay? So let's just dive up close to that right now. Bam. Let's go. All right, people. So here's how the Rba section comes. It comes in a package like so. I'll get this the right side. It says Crown, Rba coil, blah, blah, blah. What it contains: one coil, one screwdriver, one Japanese cotton, one SUS 316 heating wire, 2 spare screws, 4 spare O-rings, and 1 manual, okay? Rba coil, okay? So when you open up the package, you get your coil and your screwdriver, okay? So let me pull this out. Oh, and they give you a white screwdriver. They said, fuck the Crips. We're going to do white. The screwdriver's a bitch to get out. Alright. Got the screwdriver out, and behind all this goodiness is got some stainless steel coils. You got 2 of them. You got 4 O-rings in there, it looks like. And you get a piece of Japanese cotton. And you get a little owner's manual, okay? So, but I'm going to go through all this really quick and show you guys. If I can get all this stuff back in the box. Maybe later. Okay, so here's the start of the show. Here's the actual Rba section, okay? So I'm going to start from the bottom. And I'll hold this pre-made coil already side by, I'll hold it side by side so you guys can see it, okay? So, of course, the Rba section looks to have a bigger air cutout for the airflow hole, okay? It's a different design, okay? Now here they are side by side as far as the height. They're about the same height. And the Rba section looks a little bit wider, fatter than the pre-made coil, okay? So, let's set this to the side. Let me show you how this thing goes together. Okay, so screwed up. Okay, so here it is all put together. I can't even talk today. Here it is all put together. And if you notice, right beneath, see that? The airflow, there's like this groove. This snaps right down in there, okay? And the reason that does that is so that when you're sticking it on the base, you can still grab it by this and spin it, okay? So if it wasn't lined up, let's say if it was like that, when you go to spin it, just this will spin. And it just snaps down in place once those grooves are lined up, like so. Okay, so let's take this off. Well, this is my coil. This is not their coil. So as you can see, it's a two-post design. And let me take this apart so I can show you the biggest con with this thing. Get this thing a little greasy. This coil out. All right. So here's your design and your airflow. It's a nice airflow. It's a nice size, okay? So this piece unscrews. I can unscrew it, yeah. This piece unscrews, which catches the positive post right here. Now you see how that wiggles? Now those edges, sometimes, if it's crooked like that, the edge is going to touch the negative post and it'll short, okay? So when you're tightening this thing down, make sure that those edges, see if I can get this thing to focus a little bit better. Make sure those edges are not touching the negative post. And it does seem to have a piece of Delrin underneath there, or some peak. Can't tell what it is to insulate it. Let's see, you gotta hold it like so, and then you have to go back under here and tighten it up. So it's not touching, but it's very close. Okay. To me, I'm thinking that they could have rounded those edges off a little bit more, so it wouldn't be as close. Because if it cocks just a little bit, it's going to touch that negative post. Okay. So that's the way it looks. Now that hole right there, it's a little bit bigger than 4 millimeters. I can stick a 4 millimeter rod in there and still have about 2 millimeters of play. So I guess it's about 4.25, okay? It's a really simple design. And here's the top with those grooves in it. Shit all over my thumb. And those are your juice channels. And it fits in that groove like so. Now playing with this, it does feel a little cheap. You know, the material is very thin. Now the design of it, now you can see how there's no really lip from here to here. Usually this sits up a little bit higher just so you can have some juice sitting in here. So you gotta make sure your cotton is just about blocking these holes right here on the side. Now I have seen where people have altered that hole already, making it bigger. I haven't had any problems with it wicking, none whatsoever. If I do have problems with it wicking, I just go down there and adjust my cotton as needed, okay? But you can't stuff a whole bunch of cotton in there and expect it to wick properly. It's going to be a little tricky, especially for you guys that aren't familiar with wicking. But that's about it. Alright, I showed you the Rba section on it. The only problem I have with that is that piece slides around too freely. So I've noticed a couple times, and I thought it was tight, I went to tighten up my coils, and that piece has slid over and shorted itself out. Okay, so be very careful with that. I don't want you guys like ruining your expensive mods, blowing up your chips. Just be very, very conscious of the way that piece moves around. Okay, so enough with the crown. Let's talk about some juices that I probably ain't gonna get a chance to review because it's all gone. And one of them is called Corn or the Experiment. It's by Tilios. I didn't throw away the bottle because I didn't vape it all. I believe it's Experiment 1, and it has a picture of corn on it. That shit is good. It's good, good, good. It's all gone. This is the very last of it. I threw the bottle away while I was out, and I should have kept that bottle. But I'll post a link to the Giant Vapes where you can get it from Giant Vapes. What it tastes like. Some people say it tastes like corn pops. The cereal, you do get a hint of the corn pops. I know it's at different temperatures. It's really sweet like the corn pops, and then at not so high temperatures, it's more smoother and not as sweet. But the shit is really good. I was surprised that it tastes that good. It's really, really good. So if you get a chance to try out Tilios juice, excuse me, I can't remember the name, but I think it's Experiment 1, and it has a picture of the corn on it. Let me take a toke. Really, really, really good. Speaking of corn, here's another one. This one is called Vape Troopers, and this one is called CBM. I believe CBM stands for Canadian Breast Milk or something like that. This one tastes like freaking buttered corn. This one, it may have that dangerous D word in it, DOS at all, however you say it. It may or may not. I don't know, but they always say if it tastes buttery, it's got that shit in it. Maybe they found a workaround, but this right here tastes like buttered corn, and it's very unique. And I thought I wouldn't enjoy it, but I've been enjoying it. I hope it doesn't kill me. This can't be an all-day vape for me because it tastes like really, really buttery corn. It's very unique. It tastes like buttery corn. I can't believe how spot on it is. Let me take a toke. When you smell it, it smells like freaking buttered popcorn. But you smell more butter than the popcorn. It's crazy. But it tastes like buttered corn. Craziest thing ever. I never tasted nothing like that. It's very different. Let me take another toke. Yeah, that's crazy. Now, as far as me in these videos, I know I haven't made a video in a while. My daughter's been here. She visits me during the summer, and I get her on major holidays. She lives in Texas. I live in the Washington D.C. area, so I couldn't like say, baby, I'm not spending time with you because I need to make a video. So, I don't get the chance to spend that much time with my kids. So I value all the time that I can get with her. Just today I got a little break and I said, hey, let me shoot a video. So she's leaving next week. I'm sad to see her go, but I'm sure my videos will pick back up once she leaves. Goblin Mini. I've been loving the hell out of this thing. No matter what build I get in here, you know how some builds you put in some of these tanks that kind of restricts your airflow. This one I haven't had any problems with. They've restricting the airflow. Maybe it's the way it's designed. I don't know. It's just usually, when you're building in these tanks, like the Billow 2, even the regular Goblin, when you stuff that area with cotton, put big old coils in there, it kind of restricts your airflow. Not this. Not this. This thing is giving me consistent airflow through whatever I build in it. And I've been loving this thing. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Now, the only thing that I don't like about it is the cap where you put your own 510 on there, your own drip tip. It doesn't sit in there secure. This glass tip has been sitting in there very secure once you get it in there. But the only thing about the glass drip tip is it accumulates gunk. So you have to take it out every day and clean it up, unless you don't mind vaping on a crusty ass drip tip. I do mine, so I gotta take mine out and clean it up. I did break the glass that came with it, but luckily the glass that came with an extra glass, but also I have a extra glass that came with the Goliath 2. So the Goliath 2 and the Goblin Mini, they use the same glass. Let me take a toke. Now the Goliath 2 is not for sale yet. I see that they're still on pre-sale. The only problem that I've been having with that Goliath 2 is there's no grip to adjust the juice control and to take the top off to fill it. Now, looking at the pictures, they look like they're going to release it that way. What I did find with that is if you take the O-ring off, the rubber O-ring from the tank, from the base, it lets you spin it more freely, and I haven't had any problems leaking. You know what? It's hard for me to describe it, and I don't have one in front of me to show you, so I'll make a video on it and show you guys at a later date. But that tank's been working great as well, just that one flaw. But once I took that O-ring off, it's been working fine. So if you guys got one, some of you may have one. UD might have sent, I heard they sent a lot of them out. So if you got one, take that O-ring off, that rubber O-ring, and I'm sure it'll work better for you. I'm getting tongue-tied, so let me take a vape. Another juice that I've been really enjoying is Uwell 7 Flaked. Okay, this one tastes like Frosted Flakes. Now Uwell 7 made another one that tastes like Fruit Loops. I wasn't a fan of it. This one, I am a fan of it. This is some really, really good stuff. It tastes like Frosted Flakes. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed that. I bought this bottle yesterday, and it's almost gone. It's really, 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 really good. Okay, Uwell 7 Flaked. What else? Muffin. I mean, not muffin. MF and donut. Okay, so they have the chocolate one, which I freaking love. Okay, so I remember I made a video and told you guys, hey, they were running a sale. Well, they're running that sale again. But before you run over to their site, let me tell you this quick story. My credit card was hacked. I believe, I'm almost 90% sure it was from that site. And the reason why I say I'm 90% sure that it's from that site is because another local vapor that I ran into in the vape shop before my card got hacked she told me, she's a pregnant girl, she's from Maryland, I forget her name. Her and her boyfriend or husband started vaping maybe like 6 months ago when she found out that she was pregnant. Well, 9 months ago, I'm sorry, because she's due any day. 9 months ago when they found out she was pregnant, and they've been vaping ever since. Congratulations for stop smoking. First, I'm going to say that that's a good thing that you picked up the vaping. I did ask her, hey, did the doctor say it was safe? She did say the doctor said it's safer than smoking. So that's a plus. But anyway, she told me, hey, she got some of that donut juice and they hacked her card. She found some charges in Florida a few days later. I didn't think anything of it until I came home. I saw that they were running that special again, and then I ordered like 6 bottles of it. Didn't think nothing of it again until I went to the gas station and tried to get some gas, and my card said declined. Then my wife sent me a honey to-do list. Went to the grocery store, got $250 worth of groceries, and I gave her my bank card, and the lady said, I'm sorry, but this card's declined. So I had to whip in my pocket, get out a credit card, and pay for the groceries. Went to the ATM, stick it in there, and said, let me get the balance. Let me see what's going on. It said, sorry, we can't give you your balance because your card was reported lost. Call the bank. First I called my wife. Hey, did you report the card lost? No, I didn't. Why don't you call the bank and find out what's going on? She called me back and said, hey, somebody used the card in Florida, an actual swipe. And she said 5 minutes later, they used the card in Sterling, Virginia. That's the reason why the bank stopped it, because they said there's no way a person can actual swipe it in Florida and then actual swipe it in Sterling, Virginia. So they stopped it. Fortunately, I got all my money back. They charged like $800 and some change. But I ended up going back to the vape store, finding out that couple's name. The owner of the store knew him. They called him up and I asked the guy, hey, did you say that they charge your card in Florida? He said, yes. They tried to use the card in Florida. They actually did use it in Florida, and then they tried to use it again, and the bank stopped it. He's still trying to get part of his money back, but I was fortunate enough to get all my money back. Okay, so I'm just letting you guys know. That's just my experience. I'm not trying to down them or anything. Maybe it's their security on their site. I don't know, but I had a bad experience with giving up my credit card information. Now, here's an alternative to it. A friend of mine on Facebook says, oh, he only used prepaid cards to order stuff online, which I was doing at one point because my wife was checking her bank account and she see with all these vape charges. So I kind of got lazy and stopped doing that. But it might be a good idea for you guys to do that, to do a lot of online shopping, especially from sites that you never ordered from before. It might be a good idea to get a prepaid card. So, without me giving y'all any more lectures, and it's been 10 minutes on this portion, let me take a tote and wrap this up. Oh, I got this Triton. Now, I ordered the 0.3 coils. Hopefully they'll come in. When they come in, I'll do a review on it. But right now with the 0.4 coils on it, let's say I compare it to this Crown with a 0.25, the Crown blows it away. It just blows it away. The 0.4s, they're okay. They're not the greatest flavor. They're okay. I'm vaping it right now at 51 watts, and it's doing its job. It's not the greatest. It's not the worst. It's mediocre. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until I get the 0.3s and see how they turn out. But the 0.25s in the Crown is by far the best one I've tried. That was a pre-built coil. Okay. Now, as far as you guys asking me, what tank's better than this? What's better than that? Don't ask me that. And I'm not trying to be rude because it's all on what you want. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this tank is better than that tank, or this tank is better than that tank. It would be my opinion. So whatever I say in the video, if you catch me saying this is better than that, you caught me saying it. But I'm not going to give you advice on which one's better than this. It's all in what you're looking for. I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what, how much juice capacity you want. I don't know what kind of mod you have. It's a lot of variables to that. I could tell you, hey, the Crown with a 0.25 is the bomb, and you only have an iStick 50 watt. Now, I don't know you only had an iStick 50 watt, so the iStick 50 watts only going, this Crown at 0.25 is only great at 80 watts to me. It's between 70 and 80 watts. So, if I didn't answer your question on what's the best one, it's not because I'm trying to be rude. It's just because I'm not going to get involved in that. Okay? And I got another gripe, but I'll talk about it. I'll save that one because that's a good one. It's about people and their prices. This is worth it and this is not worth it. This is cheap and this is... I got a good video coming up on that because I thought about it and I think what I've came up with makes a lot of sense. So I'll talk about that on the next one. So I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Let me take a toke. I can't stand airflow on the drip tech, by the way. Can't stand it. But anyway, if you know somebody that's on the stinkies and they told you that they want to stop smoking and you have some extra equipment laying around that you don't use, you got some higher nic juices that you don't use, that ain't going to do nothing but turn black in the corner, go ahead and give it to them. Let them use it. Let them try it out. Tell them if they like it. Check back with you in a week or so. And then you steer them in the right direction on where they can get their own. Okay? That'd be this one more person off cigarettes. One more vapor, okay? One more vapor. That vapor that you turn on to vaping might be a good advocacy person. You never know. It might be the next speaker for us that we need because we desperately need somebody speaking for us, okay? Because they're coming down like crazy in different jurisdictions. And we got to stay on top of that, okay? I know I don't talk a whole bunch of advocacy, but trust me, it's there, and I'm very avid on advocacy. Okay, you gotta stand up and say something. If you don't, they're gonna take all this away from us, and we're gonna be sitting around buying juices from people's bathtubs. Okay, might be cheaper, but it might be more dangerous. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, if you can't, pay it forward. Peace.